After almost 15 years of playing Skate 1, 2 and 3, I came to a point where I understood that Skate 3 is probably my favorite one of the series. I think Skate 3 is probably the game that I've played the most in my life, and probably the one that I am more passionate about. I think I skated every single square meter I found in the map. I think I skated every stairs, every ledge, every rail, every quarter, any bank, any gap. But at the end of the day, I think that the obstacles that I like to skate the most are rails. I think they are the most fun to skate. There are many kind of rails. You have like kinked rails, flat bars, rail to gap, bank to rails, handrails. You have a wide variety of rails, and I think skating rails, as in the reality, is probably one of the most enjoyable things to do, one of the best sensation and feeling you can have. I think it's probably connected with the sound, the kind of rail, like it's square, is round, how long is the rail, how high is the rail. I think there are many things that can change the feeling of skating a rail. And I think that's why skating rails is probably my favorite thing to do in skate. I decided to make it like a ranking of the 10 best rail that I personally have more fun skating. So it's a very personal ranking. A little disclaimer, this ranking it's all about my point of view, a totally personal taste, and so it doesn't mean if rail is not in this top 10, it's not good. This is just my choice based on 12 years of playing this game and skating every rail you can find in the game for 12 years. Number 10, we have the second and navy handrail, which is a square long handrail you can find right next to the second and navy ledges. There is a long stair set. You can try also, besides skating the handrail, you can try to clear the stair set, which is quite long. You need to run, and it's not easy to clear it. It's fun because it's challenging to skate. Right next to the stair set and the handrail, you have a fence flat bar that you can skate, which add something more to the situation. And you can skate that too, and it's very fun. I just want to take a second to remember, guys, that I always skate in the classic mode. Number 9, we have the industrial short rail, which is a round, short, guess what, rail. You have it on front side and back side. You have a long one on the right, and I think it's kind of challenging somehow, but it's very fun to skate. It's on the left. You can find another bank to rail, and maybe you can try to mix it with a line and get some clips. Number 8, we have the P4 flat bar, which is a long, tiny yellow flat bar right next to a bank. It is nice because you can grind the whole thing and then land into a bank. So you can do many tricks, variation, and then land into a bank, which is always kind of satisfying for me. Years ago, I used to skate this thing quite more often than now, but I remember I had a lot of fun trying every trick. You can even start from the bank, grind the rail, and then land back into the bank. Number 7, we have the Slappies rail. So right inside the Slappies parking, you can find these two rails. You have one on left and one on right. Same style, I would say, that the P4 flat bar, but it's kinked a little bit down and up, and also you can find right next to it some banks, and that allows you to do some kamikaze and then grinds. It's very fun. I found it a little bit hard to skate the one on right because these guys here, they were just cruising around and they always stopped me while I was skating, so I tried to get some clips there, but it was kind of impossible, so I just skated the left one. Number 6, the Campus Double. So these long flat bars are incredible. The perfect height They are separated between each other from a little gap that is in the middle, and you can pass from a flat bar to another one with different grinds. I think satisfying wise is one of the best in the game. Number 5, REGS rail. So in the old St. Van map you can find the original Skate 1 skate park from REGS. You can skate it up, down, there is a little deck next to it. You can make your fantasy just run wild. I think I learned a lot of tricks on this rail that I bring it everywhere in the game. Number 4, the Hawaiian Dream Hike rails. So located in the Hawaiian Dream DLC, right where you spawn at the beginning, you can find this sort of handrail, but it's more like a flat bar. You can skate it in different ways. You can do tricks up the stairs and then grind the rail, or from the bank you can find in both ways, front side and back side. You can use it as a jump and skate the rail. Flat bar, a long rounded flat bar with a little mani pad on the side. One of the most enjoyable flat bar in the game, totally. I think I have spent here years of my life just grinding the whole thing. It's one of the most relaxing rail to skate in the game, just grinding through the whole thing. It makes you just want to do it again and again and again. It's beautiful because you can also start from a grind and then land into a manual and then back to a grind, or just again here make your imagination go wild too. Number 2, we have the black box short and high rail. There are many rails you can find in the black box park, which originally it was a DLC park, but the one that I found the most interesting in the whole map, I think is the nastiest one, because it's a very short and very high rail. It's hard to lock the proper grind you want to do it in the game. I like this rail because every trick you want to try, it's hard and you have to spend there a lot of time. So the fact that it's short, of course, it makes the things even more hard. Here we have the worst case scenario. The rail is tall and the rail is short. It's probably harder than a normal flat bar or another handrail. So here we go, number 1, we have the Harbor handrail. This handrail is my favorite of the game, mainly because it's very steep rail. I don't know how, but the feeling of grinding it and running, it's one of my favorite of the game. The fact that it's round also helps a lot with some kind of tricks like Feebles and Smiths probably. It looks proper long, but the fact that it's steep, it makes your thumbs works faster. So at the same time it makes it challenging to skate. Of course I made up every single name of these rails. It's a very personal representation of the spots. So I guess this is it. These are my top 10 rails I skated the most and I have more fun playing the game. I hope you guys liked the video and let me know what's your favorite kind of obstacle you like to skate in the game, if you agree with this ranking, if you're not. And if you have it, I would like to know also your ranking about rails and obstacles. I think it's very interesting. It's very personal and very interesting at the same time too.